This presentation is a detailed tutorial on using Endnote Desktop. What are the benefits of using a citation manager? Citation managers are great time savers for research projects, and they're a great way to organize your research project. You can build your own database of citations to sources for your project, such as research papers, grant proposals, and article manuscripts. You can share all or parts of your citation database with others when collaborating on research projects. There are a number of citation managers available, so when you're trying to decide on which one to use, there are functions that you want to make sure the citation manager has. First of all, you want to be able to cite in text and generate bibliographies. You want to be able to have a variety of citation formats. You want them to integrate with the word processor programs. You want to make sure that you can sync the desktop and the web version if there is a web version. There needs to be some kind of trusted backup system, and you need to be able to annotate your documents. I'll be going over a number of features in this tutorial on Endnote. First of all, how to create an Endnote library and how to import references into that library. How to create, use, and share groups using a traveling library. How to insert citations into a Word document. How to create a bibliography. How to sync your library, the desktop version with the online version. How to manage duplicates. Using Cite While You Write to insert citations into your document, and using the Manuscript Matcher. Just to explain a little bit about Endnote Desktop and Endnote Online. Endnote Desktop is the full version, and that's the software that you purchase to download onto your computer. Endnote Online is the web companion version to the desktop version, and you have access to that once you purchase the software. For WVU employees, there is a discount for faculty and staff if you purchase it through the university and use WVU funding. There's also a student price that you can get from the endnote.com website, and you have to provide proof of enrollment at WVU to get the student pricing. The URL that's on this slide for the teamdynamics.com site, if you go to that article, there's more information about ordering Endnote. If you're trying to decide if you should invest in purchasing Endnote Desktop, this comparison chart gives you the features of Endnote 20 versus Endnote Online, and the complete chart is located at the URL on this slide. It's recommended that you have at least 3 copies of your library as backup. For file names, you should use brief but descriptive names. Backing up should be done regularly, for example, weekly. And it's recommended that you do not work on your library from a cloud storage drive due to possible corruption issues. You should always download and save your library to a local device to work on it. And then once it's saved, you can add that version to the cloud storage. There are mobile apps available for Endnote for iPhone and iPad in the Apple App Store. You must have an Endnote Online account in order to use the app. Once you've downloaded the app, you can tap the Sync button in the upper left corner of the screen. Your Endnote Desktop and Endnote Online references will now be available on your iPad or iPhone. And as of this recording, there are no Android apps available for Endnote. I will be covering the unique features of Endnote Desktop in Endnote Online, including the Cite While You Write plugin for Word, the Capture Reference feature of Endnote Online, the Manuscript Matcher, which suggests possible journals for you to publish in, and the Traveling Library. The video on this slide shows how to create a new library in Endnote 20. We're saving the library within an Endnote subfolder inside the default Documents folder and naming it My Research Projects. Click on the button for Create New Library. Go to File, click on New. Click on the Endnote folder in Documents. Then click on Libraries. Give the file a name and click Save. You can back up your Endnote library as a compressed library. Open your Endnote library, go to File, click Compressed Library. Decide whether you want to include the attachments. Click Next. Give the file a different name, save it to the location where your other backups are. Then you can return to your original library and keep working on the local drive. A compressed file can be either emailed or stored on an external drive or cloud storage. And if you need to open a compressed library at any time, always make sure to move it back to your computer before you open it. Since many of us work in more than one location, you may not always be at your desktop when you want to use Endnote. So to enable you to have the contents of your library available wherever you are, there is a web version of Endnote. You'll need to sync your Endnote Online with the Endnote desktop version. The sync feature in Endnote facilitates the goal of allowing you to be more productive. If you have an Endnote Online account, you can sync your online account with your desktop account so that any changes you make will take effect in both places. To enable the Endnote sync, in Endnote Desktop, click on Edit, then Preferences, and then click Sync in the left column. Click the Enable Sync button. Sync with your existing account by inputting your login credentials. This slide is showing a screenshot from my Endnote desktop library. The group Dementia Vascular is showing on this screenshot. Now that you've created your Endnote library, you'll want to start importing references into the library. If you have articles or references saved on your desktop, you can import them into your library by using the Import option under the File drop-down menu. In Endnote Desktop, select Import, choose the file to be imported. When the processing is finished, your records will appear in the Imported References group. Once you've done your Pubmed search, you can import these references into your Endnote library, but you must use the correct filter for Pubmed. In Endnote, open the library where you would like to save the references. Under the File, select Import and then File. Choose the saved Pubmed file. In the Import option field, select the Other Filters option. Then select the import filter Pubmed NLM. Select the Choose button and then select your downloaded NBIB file. Click Import and your references will be added into your Endnote library. Pubmed also has the feature of importing directly from Pubmed into Endnote. Follow these steps to export your records from Pubmed. First, open the library that you would like to import your records into. You can access Pubmed from the library's homepage or from the databases list at this URL. Once you have performed your search in Pubmed, select the records that you would like to add to your EndNote library. Select and choose the Send To pull-down menu. Select Citation Manager, and then select Create File. The citation or citations should download. They will be at the bottom of the web window. Click on this download. The citation should directly import into EndNote. This unnarrated video demonstrates the function of direct export from Pubmed to EndNote. You can also import references from the WVU Library online catalog into your EndNote library. Search for an article in the library catalog. Click on the Cite link located on the right above the title of the article. After you click on Cite, you may select a citation style, if you need to, from the drop-down menu. Then click on Export to EndNote. A file will appear in the bottom left corner of your screen. This file will be in your computer's Downloads. Open this file with Endnote 20. The reference will appear in your EndNote library. Many of the library databases also have the direct export function. For an example, EBSCOhost. Once you've performed your search, select the references you would like to import by clicking on the folders on the right side of the screen. Then click the Open Folder icon on the top of the screen. Click in the box next to Select or Deselect All to include all the references that you've selected. On the right hand of the screen, click on Export. On the next page, the Export Manager page, under Save Citations to a File Formatted For, click in the radio button for direct export in RIS format. Then you can click the Save button on the left side. A delivery RIS file will be placed in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. Click on this file. The selected references will be imported into your EndNote library. If you have imported references on the same subject from more than one online resource, you may find that you have some duplicate references in your library. It's important for you to remove these duplicates if you intend to use EndNote with Word to cite references, so you can avoid errors in your bibliography. To clean up any duplicate references in your EndNote library, select the group that you want to check for duplicates. Then, under the Library menu tab, choose Find Duplicates. That will bring up a dialog box with the two references side by side, and you can compare them and decide which version of that record you would like to keep and which you would like deleted. Select Keep this record to retain the version of the reference that you want to save, and the other reference version will be deleted. Endnote Online is the web-based companion version of EndNote. It can be used together with the desktop version, and it will enable you to access your library when you are away from your desktop computer. A further benefit of EndNote Online syncing is that online allows you to share your library with others. Once you've synced with online, you can share your library with colleagues. You can set up your EndNote Online account and sync it with your desktop library. To do that, start at the EndNote Library menu and click on Sync. Sign up for an account or enter your existing account details. If you wish, you can set your sync settings to automatically sync whenever you are using EndNote. To do this, click on Edit, Preferences, then Sync, and Sync Automatically. You can sign into your EndNote Online account at myendnoteweb.com. Cite while you write is the feature that allows you to insert citations into your document at the correct place as you write. The Cite While You Write plugin for MS Word is part of the desktop program installation. This plugin, if installed correctly, will include an Endnote Toolbar in your copy of Word. However, if you're using Endnote Online, you will need to download the plugin. This connects your Endnote references library with your word processor. To activate the Endnote Toolbar in Word, click on the Endnote tab in the top ribbon. As you write your paper, when you get to the place where you need to insert a citation, you can either click on the Go to Endnote link in the ribbon, or you can click on Insert Citation to insert the citation for your reference. If you click on the Go to Endnote link, you will be taken to your Endnote library. Then you can highlight the reference that you want to insert. Click on the Insert Citation button, and that reference will be inserted into your document. The bibliography for that reference will appear beneath the reference. If you need to change the style, you can do that as long as you haven't already converted the document to plain text. You can also edit and manage your citations and edit your library references from here in the Cite While You Write toolbar. From within Word, you can search for a source to cite by clicking the Insert Citations button on the Endnote toolbar. Type in your search terms, such as an author, a keyword, or title, in the search box. Highlight the reference and click Insert at the bottom of the window. Your reference will be inserted. You can also access Cite While You Write from within Endnote under Tools in the drop-down menu. You may find that you need to change the output style at some point. To do that, in Word, in the Endnote toolbar, click on the Style drop-down menu to choose another style. The Select Another Style option on your Word document shows you what styles you currently have set as available. If a style you need is not included in the preloaded styles, you can insert a new style into Endnote. Go to the Tools menu in Endnote Desktop and click on Output Styles, then open Style Manager. Click Get More on the web. Use the Style Finder to search for your style and click Download. Under the File menu in Endnote, ask to save the new style. Give the new style a name and save it. You should then be able to select your style by going back to Word and using the drop-down Style menu to select another style. You should now be able to see your style in the list and to select it. You can easily create your bibliography in Word. First, make sure to select the style that you need using the drop-down menu next to the Style box. If the style you want is not listed, click on Select Another Style and choose your style. As you insert citations into your document, the bibliography record for each source appears below the point where your citation is inserted. You can create the complete bibliography for your manuscript. The bibliography is a list of the sources you used to write your paper. It usually comes at the end of the paper. To create your bibliography list, in your Endnote library, click on the Tools tab. Make sure that you have the correct output style selected. If further styles are needed, go to Open Style Manager and get more on the web if necessary. To select the references for your bibliography, to select only a few, click on each one while holding down the Control key. To select all of them, go to Edit and select All. In Endnote, go to References and copy Formatted Reference. In Word, select Edit and Paste, or Control-V. The formatted bibliography will be inserted into your Word document. One of the unique features of Endnote is the traveling library. The phrase traveling library refers to Endnote citations that have been embedded in a Microsoft Word document. This is useful when collaborating with other Endnote users. You may find yourself in this situation that someone emails you a Word document that has been created with Endnote citations, but they do not email you the library. You can export the traveling library from Word into a new or existing Endnote library on your own computer, and that way you will have all of the citations that are in the Word document. Follow these steps to export a traveling library. Open the Word document that was created using Endnote. Click the Endnote tab in Word. Choose Export Traveling Library under the Export to Endnote tab. Endnote will ask whether you want to import to a new library or an existing library. Make your selection for the location of the references. Click OK, and the references in the manuscript will be automatically imported into the desired Endnote library. Another unique feature of Endnote is the Manuscript Matcher. If you're looking for which journal to submit your article to for publication, you can use the Manuscript Matcher. It suggests the top candidates for your manuscript. Just choose the publications you want and start the process for submitting your work to the most credible, high-quality journals that match your topic and references. To use the Manuscript Matcher, copy your paper's title into the title field and abstract into the abstract field. Click the Find Journals button. Endnote will compare the text of your title and abstract with those of over 8,200 journals in the Web of Science. When matches are found, the results will show a list of between 2 and 10 journals likely to be interested in papers like yours. Another unique feature of Endnote is the Manuscript Matcher. If you're looking for which journals to submit your article to for publication, you can use the Manuscript Matcher for suggestions. It will suggest the top candidates for your manuscripts. Just choose the publications you want and start the process for submitting your work to the most credible, high-quality journals that match your topic and references. You can access the Manuscript Matcher from the Groups tab in Endnote Desktop, or from the tab in Endnote Online, or from within Cite While You Write. To use Manuscript Matcher, just copy your paper's title into the title field and the abstract into the abstract field. Then click on Find Journals. Endnote will compare the text of your title and abstract, plus any citations you include, with those of over 8,200 journals in the Web of Science. When matches are found, results will show a list of between 2 and 10 journals likely to be interested in papers like yours. The suggested publications come from analysis of key criteria, such as the journal impact factor. Some citation managers use the term folder when organizing your research materials, but Endnote uses the term groups. Groups make it easy to break a large Endnote library into subcategories or smaller groups. There are 2 types of groups you can create, a basic group and a smart group. You can also create group sets to group together any of your basic or smart groups. When you create a group and populate it with references, you're not moving them from all references. You're simply creating copies of them. A group creates a folder, in a sense, of references that already exist within your library. You can have up to 5,000 groups per library, and you can have up to 5,000 group sets per library. Group sets you can tell by the fact that they will appear in bold. The same references can be in multiple groups. The references are not duplicated, they're only assigned to multiple categories. To create a new basic group, right-click on the My Groups, then Create Group, or from the toolbar, click on Groups, and then Create Group. Give your group a name, such as something related to your topic, and then you can drag and drop references from the All References into your new group. To create a new Smart Group, right-click on My Groups, then Create Smart Group, or from the toolbar, click on Groups, and then Create Smart Group. Name your group something related to your topic, and then press the Author drop-down list. Scroll up and select any field. In the text box, you can type a word that commonly appears in your references, something from the title, the author's name, or a word from the abstract. Press the Create button. This creates a group that will automatically add existing and new future references if they have that chosen word in any field within the reference, that is, from the title, the author's name, the abstract, or the keywords. Group sharing is recommended as an alternative to saving a library or group on a shared drive or emailing a compressed copy to collaborators. You can share a group of references with up to 100 other Endnote users. To begin sharing groups, the library should be synced with the Endnote Online account. Once that is done, follow these steps to start sharing. Open your synced library. You can initiate group sharing by right-clicking a group or from the Group menu and select the Share Group option. After selecting one of these options, you will get a Sharing Group dialog box. Enter the email address of the person that you would like to share with in the email box. For each invitee, use the drop-down box to select the desired access level, either Read and Write or Read Only. Enter an optional message to be sent to the invitee. Click on the Invite button. Capture Reference is a browser bookmarklet that can be used to capture online references from web pages into Endnote Online or Endnote Desktop. The Capture Reference bookmarklet scans the bibliographic information presented on a web page and creates a reference that you can save to a new or existing group. If no group is specified, the reference is saved to Unfiled. For the capture buttons to work best, you must be in a capture-compatible resource and at the individual item level, not in a list of citations. There is a list of capture-compatible sources in the Endnote Help information. An important tip: a default reference type, the type most commonly used, is assigned to each resource. After saving the reference with capture, you must confirm that the reference type is correct and that all fields indicated with asterisks are complete. To install a capture reference bookmarklet, click on the Downloads link in Endnote Online. Place your cursor over the gray capture reference icon. Click and drag the icon up to your browser toolbar. Repeat this procedure for each browser you use. To capture a source on a web page to make a record for your library, when you're on the web page, click the Capture Reference button on your browser toolbar. Then log into Endnote. Check the references fields and edit if necessary. Then click the Save button to save the reference to either Endnote Online or Endnote Desktop. Note: the full text of an article will not be captured. You can tag references with keywords to make it easier to locate a specific reference when you need to use it in your work. For example, you may want to add keywords that relate to topics covered in an article. As you add keywords, the keyword index is automatically populated with a list of your chosen keywords. You can then locate the articles by searching with the keywords in two places: in the search box within Endnote and in the search box when inserting citations in Word using Cite While You Write. Sometimes disasters do happen, but the best way to avoid a disaster is to have backup copies of your document, Endnote library, and data folder. If your backups are in cloud storage, always copy the files to a local drive before opening them. There are two ways in Endnote that you can recover a damaged or deleted library. One is using the Recover Library function. To do that, close the library if it's currently open. In Endnote, go to the Library tab and click on Recover Library. That will open a window explaining what Endnote is going to do. Click OK. Then you will be asked to select the library that needs to be repaired and click Open. Endnote will create a copy of the library and will add the suffix saved to the file name. Open this file and the library should be restored. You can also rebuild a library from the data file. Try this option if you have accidentally deleted the ENL file of your library. If you still have the data file, you should be able to rebuild your library. To do that, copy the data folder to a new location. Open the Notepad app in the Windows accessories. Use Save As to create an empty file with exactly the same name as the data folder. Change the file extension from TXT to ENL. Make sure the new file is saved in the same directory as the data folder. Open the newly created ENL file by double-clicking on it, and the library should open in Endnote. I'm always happy to answer any questions you might have on Endnote. You can contact me at my email address or my phone number.